What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you my week 3 NFL bets. Last week we went 3-2 with a surprising cover by the Denver Broncos after Drew Lock, Courtland Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy all got hurt in the same game, and a surprising flop by the Minnesota Vikings, who got blown out by the Indianapolis Colts. Kirk Cousins did not play well for sure. Our current overall record is at 7-2, which is pretty solid after I did go undefeated in week 1, a solid 5-0. But this is a new week, so let's get right into my first pick. My first game this week is the Washington football team plus 7.5 at the Cleveland Browns. When has Cleveland ever proven to be a 7.5 point favorite? I can't believe that line. I was really shocked when I saw it. Cleveland won their first game last week, winning by 5 points against the Bengals of all teams. And Washington actually beat the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1. You know, I don't think Washington is the greatest team, but I definitely don't think the Cleveland Browns are much better as an organization, as a franchise. Cleveland's defense is 25th in passing yards so far this season. Their defense, pretty good against the run, but they played the Bengals, who have like the worst offensive line in the league. I really don't know. I don't know what to make of this Cleveland team. They're so up and down, and the Washington football team, not Redskins, football team, I mean, they bring the pressure, and we know that Baker Mayfield is not good against pressure. He actually holds the current longest streak of consecutive games with an interception. That's 8 straight games. He's 8 straight games with a pick. I just don't trust Baker Mayfield against a Washington football team. That's annoying to say. They're their pass rush. I mean, they have 3 pass rushers who have 2 sacks or more so far this season. Chase Young is a beast coming off the edge. You know, I just trust Washington to keep this game close. Not necessarily saying they're going to win the game, but I don't trust Cleveland to cover by 8 points. There's no way. The second game that I'm taking this week is the Houston Texans at Pittsburgh Steelers -4. So I'm taking Pittsburgh in this game. You know, this game really is simple. Pittsburgh has been amazing against the run. Their run defense has been remarkable. They held Saquon Barkley to, I believe, 9 yards or 6 yards in the first game, and David Johnson really hasn't been able to get it going for the Houston Texans. He had a good week 1, but last week was pretty bad, only 30 yards rushing. Houston also averages 388 yards per game, which is 21st in the NFL on defense. You know, Houston's defense hasn't been great in a long time. They lose a lot of pieces every year, and they haven't been very good this year at all. Offense, defense. Now, I will give them a little bit credit. You know, Houston has one of the hardest opening schedules I've seen in a long time. At Kansas City, Baltimore, and then at Pittsburgh. But I think Houston just looks terrible so far this season. You know, they haven't had a passing game at all. Will Fuller literally didn't get targeted last week. Brandon Cooks has been injured, battling injury. They don't really have a good number 3 or 4 receiver in that rotation. I just don't trust the passing game in Houston. You know, I trust Ben Roethlisberger at home to lead Pittsburgh to a 5-point or more victory. I just trust Ben Roethlisberger. I just trust Big Ben to finally get this offense going. James Conner's finally back healthy. Juju Smith-Schuster's playing after being questionable, but he's going to play. So I'm taking Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers -4. The third game that I'm taking this week is the Carolina Panthers plus 6.5 at the LA Chargers. Now, I think Carolina has played pretty well offensively. Not amazing, but well. They, of course, lose Christian McCaffrey, which hurts. You know, that hurts in any scenario you look at it. Carolina has played 2 great teams so far. You know, we just saw the Raiders win big on Monday night over the New Orleans Saints, and the Carolina Panthers only lost by 4 points to the Raiders. You know, Justin Herbert is the big deciding factor here. He's starting this week for the Chargers, and I'll be honest, I think he looked pretty good in his first start against the Chiefs, but he still only put up 20 points, and I don't know if I trust this rookie quarterback just yet. You know, the Chargers have put up 16 and 20 points in their first 2 games against teams that don't have very good defenses. You know, I wouldn't say the Chiefs have a very good defense, and the Bengals. We just saw Cleveland put up 35 points last week. I don't trust the rookie QB Justin Herbert just yet to go out there and win me a game. While I do feel pretty confident in Teddy Bridgewater. You know, he has produced 2 receivers, Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, who have gotten off to a great start this year. Both are top 25 in receptions and top 12 in receiving yards. So if Teddy Bridgewater can really put up some points, I don't see a reason why the Carolina Panthers can't upset the Los Angeles Chargers. If you watched any of my previous betting videos, you knew this pick was coming. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys at Seattle Seahawks -5. So I'm taking Seattle at home -5. I really just trust Seattle. I said this before and I'll say it again. I think Russell Wilson is, a top 3 quarterback, if not the best. He's definitely in the consideration. I'm really just riding the hot hand right now in the hot team, which is Seattle. Russell Wilson, I believe, has 8 touchdowns so far on the year passing. I like the Cowboys. They have a great offense. They have so many receivers and running backs, but I really just trust Seattle. I think Seattle is one of those teams that they're special and they're going to make it really far this year in the playoffs, maybe even a Super Bowl. I just really trust Seattle. I don't trust the Cowboys. They've burned me so many times in the past. Who knows what happens to Amari Cooper this week? Dak Prescott. I mean, I've just seen it before where they have to play big. They have to go big against Seattle, these big competition teams, and they fold. I've seen it so many times. So just keeping it short and simple, I'm taking Seattle -5. In the last game that I'm picking for this week is the Green Bay Packers +3.5 at the New Orleans Saints. The Packers have just looked unstoppable this season. They've put up a ton of points, if not the most in the NFL. I just saw the Saints lose on Monday Night Football to an Oakland team who have played pretty well, but I wasn't super impressed by them. I think it was more the Saints being pretty bad rather than the Oakland Raiders being really good. Each team is missing a big player. Davante Adams is doubtful, leaning towards out for the Packers, and Michael Thomas is indefinitely out for the Saints. Last week, I saw Drew Brees' unwillingness to go downfield with the ball. I mean, he checked down. I don't think he had to pass over 20 yards in that entire game, and that concerns me. I think Drew Brees is still good, but if he doesn't have much of an arm left and he's really not taking the shots, especially without Michael Thomas, and he's throwing to Traquan Smith, and I like Emmanuel Sanders, but, at this stage in his career, they're not really great weapons anymore. If it's just him dumping down to Alvin Kamara, I just think I've seen Aaron Rodgers, even without Davante Adams, as early as last year, lead a team to a 13-3 record, and lead a great offense without a star receiver. I haven't seen Drew Brees do that in a long time. So I'm taking the Packers +3.5 on the road. All right, those are my week 3 NFL bets. If you liked what you saw today, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We have a big week 4 fantasy football video coming your way. So if you're a fantasy football player out there, be on the lookout for that. And of course, we will be bringing the betting videos every single week. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.